Okay, man. Despite me being this wannabe self-improvement man, reading books, training every day, having paintings of Guts and Kaladin in my room, I have to admit I'm still a normal 2000s kid deep inside. And old lifelong habits don't disappear so easily when you grew up with this in your hand. I still see memes on a daily basis, I enjoy watching the occasional gameplay video on YouTube, and I'm always ready to launch the weather app on my phone if some cute girls join the party. That's why I decided it's time to let go of this thing for a few days and go live off-grid. But how do I plan to achieve that living in the middle of a city? Well, that's where my grandparents come into play. Their house is deep out into the nature and maybe just the kind of environment I need to cleanse my soul and train myself to let go of my bad habits. I informed friends and family that I will no longer be reachable for 3 days and gave no further context. I drove myself over in silence thinking about how boring this shit's gonna be. Ahead of me I have endless card games against my grandparents, being forced to eat a bunch of shit, conversations about what girls I'm with, what I'm planning to do with my life and all this. Basically I know I'm being put to the test. That's fine with me. This place is pretty damn cool though. Up here is the main house and yard where they grow their own food, and when you go down 200 meters you come to the beach where they have a traditional sauna and a pier and a bunch of training equipment. Day 1 was a pretty basic day here. Me and Grandpa went canoeing, I practiced throwing darts, I trained a bit, I ate some pie and I journaled in my notes about different shit. Filling the time in between activities was difficult without anything to check or do, so I just stared into the distance in my own thoughts when I wouldn't know what to do. I instinctually grabbed my phone like 20 times but then remembered it's on airplane mode anyway. Day 2, I ate the biggest bowl of porridge and berries you've ever seen for breakfast, while Grandma was basically calling me a pussy for not being able to eat faster. Then me and Grandpa entered Sigma grind set and had to burn this massive pile of sticks and twigs. I was ready for this kind of work the entire 3 days, but surprisingly they didn't have anything else they wanted help with. It wouldn't be too bad of a goal to aim to be like my grandparents when I'm 80. We then went swimming, did some tricks and compared our manhood sizes, you know, everything you usually do with Grandpa. Then we had a fierce competition of petanque and I destroyed them. I could see the disappointment in their faces since they started playing it seriously, and here this 20-year-old former gamer came along and easily won his first time playing. I felt a bit bad. Day 2 I was getting accustomed to this lifestyle and it felt pretty good. We had a lot to do, even becoming Robin Hood in the evening. There wasn't much in between time where I was able to miss my phone at all, so that's good. Day 3 however, we have the biggest thing yet seen on this channel. Because next up I'm going bowling, baby. Woo! Look at this strike. And look at this spare.
And look at this pin action. Oh.
Look at me rizzing this lovely woman. This wasn't really living off-grid, but I didn't want to disappoint my grandparents, so sorry folks. Next up we watched the popular movie Johnny English Reborn. This was my grandpa's highlight all week. Day 3 it rained all day, meaning I mostly played True Skate on my phone and looked at old pictures. I also went swimming in the rain by myself. I was missing my old life already at this point and I felt lonely. Day 4 I only went canoeing again this day. It was cool and peaceful. Then I left at 12 PM. Now you probably want to know what I took away from this whole experience. Am I now a mindfulness guru who doesn't need anything external? Well, not really, but I did find some new gratitude for what I have access to in my day-to-day life, meaning the internet and the social connections I have, and it provided a nice break from the stress I always put on myself back home. If you want to test yourself and have some place that's suitable for this kind of challenge, I definitely recommend trying it. Strength before weakness, journey before destination.